Mike Corey for the applicant, NEWNC 87 Inc., doing business as City Smoke. My client and its president, Nilesh Patel, is here with me. Is proposing to put a small smoke shop, very high end, very quite elegant smoke shop at 87 Salem Street, right near Antigua Forno. As we've explained in the application, it will, in full compliance with the strict requirements of the Boston Tobacco Board, it will allow only people 21 and older. It will be locked continually. It will have no smoking up in front. It will sell only tobacco and tobacco-related products, as well as have an artisan's glass studio when and if we can get the permission of fire and safety officials and, if you like, this board as well. We've handed out artist renderings of the proposed shop and the way it will look. It is not seedy or unattractive in the least. It's very kind of slick and high end. There are also additional photographs, floor plans, and copies of the filings that we've made available for anyone here. We mailed out about 230 packages to the folks in the neighborhood in compliance with the council's rules. We would be looking to set up, and we've signed a lease that runs through 2023 with 2 additional 5-year options. The landlord is here as well, and we would hope that the area is zoned to permit this activity. Mr. Patel is very experienced in operating these. He has another high-end shop very similar to this on Newberry Street. We understand how and what the requirements of the city with regard to tobacco and fully comply with those regulations. And again, we understand that there are concerns about underage people. No one under 21 can come in. The doors will remain locked all the time. It's open. The moment anyone walks in who's under 40, they're asked for their ID. And as you may know, or may not know, the city's tobacco board has sent out a lot of people to ensure compliance. In your package are the city's rules on the operating requirements imposed on these shops, and they're very strict. But we know how to comply with them, and we're willing to. There's an awful lot of money supposed to be invested here. We're happy to do it.
So we'll open up to the council and to the audience. I guess the first thing I'll say, and we talked about this prior, but
right.
The major concerns that we've heard from the community are twofold. One, how does this fit into the character of the neighborhood? And 2, what assurances do we have that it won't just become a dispensary?
What is smoking? Smoke marijuana?
Yeah.
The products.
Cigars? What?
The products will be tobacco products, but they'll also sell bowls, glass bowls, and other types that are used traditionally.
So there's some marijuana?
No. They'll use.
Cannabis.
They're selling like a
But
cigar.
they have a permit to sell that.
Well, that's our question.
As long as it's forbidden.
Right.
Forbidden in the lease.
So where's your other shop? Do we have his address or his other shop is on Newberry Street? What's the address on Newberry Street?
324 Newberry.
And what's the name of the place?
City Smoke Shop?
Did you have a question, sir?
Yeah, I did. Can I just ask you, why would you even think that something like this would go fit in the, they advertise on TV, smoking is bad for your health.
Well, there are at least 3 other smoke shops within.
Yeah, I mean, why would you
2 or 3
think something
blocks.
like this would fit in the market?
In other neighborhoods in the city, high-end shops like this, that cater strictly to adults, are very successful and are very popular. And there are a number of other smoke shops in the neighborhood that I think that have been here for a long time. Very successful. This is a little different.
It is different. I just can't see this fitting in the lot then. I really,
In what respect?
I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable. That's my
I'll tell you my concern. Kenny, you know, I love it. Just can you, I'm sorry, just because the air conditioning now,
Just make sure you.
yeah, and Kenny, I'm a big fan of Kenny. But my concern is that basically selling bonds, right? Selling bonds. And that's that makes me feel comfortable with that. I understand it's legal and all that, but you want them to not attract people who want to buy pot. Not necessarily buy in the store, but they'll buy utensils to smoke. And I don't know what it adds to the neighborhood when you have that kind of product, that kind of destination. That's what makes me uncomfortable. If I'm being honest, that's what makes me uncomfortable. If it was just tobacco and high-end cigars, great. I'm on board. But when you add in the bonds, that makes me uncomfortable. So
Can you just answer that?
Yeah, no problem.
It just
Everyone has to speak louder, please, because it's loud in here.
The business is more designed, it is tobacco shop. As you
Yeah.
see, there is a unified, it is a tobacco shop. As you see, there's a unified, there's a basketball studio, which will cater to artists from all around the country. They come in, design different glasses, they look at the type of unique art. Obviously, that determines on the artist as a person. The other product that we do is paper products. Again, there's no in-house consumption whatsoever. It's not legal in Massachusetts. So anything that's under the 25 feet away from the building. There is no marijuana product whatsoever. This is strictly a tobacco shop. Everything that's in regards to tobacco license in the state of Massachusetts, but from the city as well as from Massachusetts.
I don't doubt that you're complying with Massachusetts laws and regulations. I think that the major concern is, as you described it, probably is fine in a lot of people's eyes, both on the council and in attendance, absent selling the bulbs. If you just had cigars, a humidor, it would be a little bit more welcome rather than just saying, yeah, I mean, you know, the pictures themselves have giant holes in them. So people feel comfortable.
Right. Okay, so going off of why a lot of people turn out for the Starbucks meeting, talk about this in the first residential neighborhoods. I know this was private cells being a residential neighborhood, caring for each other, being a community. That being said, you're also trying to promote your families, trying to promote young kids to grow up here, children to grow up here. So I guess my primary concern would be, what could you say if this went through? Would you do anything to give back to the community? Would you do anything not anti-smoking campaigns, but awareness, educational awareness on cigarette smoke, on anything like that?
So one of the key things about our project is we're catering more towards the vapor side of smoking, where a lot of people are now veering away from tobacco and smoking. And the reason why is because obviously throughout all these years, studies have proven that there's various products that a lot of people are veering from cigarettes now to vapor. So now the idea of this product is more so, it is, I understand, and for us to be able to come into the community and do business, more so, most important thing is to make sure our business is right? But also we're trying to make sure that we're fitting in every direction possible. If something is not permitted, we don't want to do it, right? And the idea is that we're a small business, we're fairly new this first second in terms of giving back to the community, our biggest goal is to our employees, which is ideal as well. In terms of health benefits and education, we do have educational services that will be provided to gear people away from tobacco and also towards vapor. That will be included So they'll help us set up classes or help us guide us through people that actually do small little events that help gear people away from nicotine, cigarette tobacco to vape. Yes, more 7-Elevens, more
You don't need any small stuff.
not in more New York, it's a family business, so I would say 15. But that's yeah, all family. This is a family business. It's not a chain business. We don't have any chains whatsoever. This is all family. Yeah. I live in Boston.
That was going to be my next question to you. I wrote it down. The design is beautiful, whether you're in the North End or in the Ham.
Yes,
Basically have the same, and that's what we pose to the Starbucks businesses. Not only does your product not fit into the North End, the design, the building, what's in there doesn't fit into the North End.
Yeah. So I mean, it is more modular, and like can be tweaked. Again, this is just a design. It's not something that's guaranteed.
Why the North End from a business perspective, strategic perspective? Why not Southie or not that Southie would want you either, but North Station, or why specifically the North End?
I mean, at this point, we do have 10 contracts out of Boston, within Boston. So we have been including the majority of local cities.
What other
We are working on Boston Crossing. We have a location. We have another location in Austin, Bronx. We have another location coming in Fairview. We have numerous locations.
How many shops of this nature do you know including the National
Close to 25.
Not cheap.
No, but it's family. It's not me as it's like you're talking about. I'm not a major chain. We have brothers and sisters and cousins who work with our community. So you're talking about a big name that owns numerous businesses. Not everyone's involved in one business. It really makes sense. But this is a small business that is needed to individual smoke shops.
I know when people are applying for liquor store permits, that package stores, there's information in there where there has to be a community need. Is there anything similar here? No. Because we definitely, you said it yourself, we have 3 already. We don't want to repeat what you're
Well, this looks different. Yeah. Those one
it's
of
different
the.
in the sense that it looks like it belongs in Manhattan.
I'm sorry, we're facing this way so they can hear us a lot better, so if you could just stand up and just.
Yeah, the other shops, one of which I used to when I was younger, were very much a cigar parlor. Go downstairs, very small. I can't take it anymore, but they have their place. This serves a certain market that that meets the demographic that's in here now. Not so much the one that was here 20 years ago when I was while there are other shops, there aren't ones that serve this need. This matches the demographic, and there will be a ton of local demand. Right.
I get the difference.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to get rid of the glass blowing and selling of those products? Would you consider something like that? Because it seems like that's one of the biggest issues.
I mean, I do want to mention it's not bombs per se that we're creating only. There's other things, individual artists that come from all around the country, whether it's Alaska, California, Florida, you name it. These artists come in and they're doing their own unique glass art. And those glass arts are valued based off the value of the artist's name. That's more geared towards where we're here, it's not, we're not just trying to start lawns and a bunch of things of that nature. There'll be, you know, bowls, there'll be glass, regular glass, water glass things, you know, like, there's so much more to art than just,
I like the latter part, which is just the art. I think every time you sell these things that are advertised as buy a piece of glass art, then you can read at the end of it. But that said, does anyone else have a question before I open up to questions?
Can we talk more about the glass studio and what you offer? Is it, you know, will be classes on how to blow glass?
unfortunately, there's no classes, because, I mean, that again, all depends on if the city approves us for a basketball studio. That's not something that we have to move forward to. Right now, we're focusing on just looking at the retail shop. At that point, when we do get approved with the city fire department, as well as the building department, to have indoor basketball studio, at that point, it all depends. If the city allows us to have classes, 100%. If the city doesn't, then of course it's something that we have to be compliant, because it is open fire, open flame, which you got to make sure that it's very, you know, cautious.
Did the fire department express any
Like I
feedback?
said, we have not pursued the basketball studio yet.
And the reason, Mr. Chair, is we need to get the retail shop approved. That requires a considerable additional build out. If there isn't a retail shop there, there's no point in investment. There will be if there's interest and approval. But we have to get the retail operation on the market first.
Does anyone in the audience have what's your good?
I think this is all. Okay. I'm from the local generation.
Me too.
They're educated, they know. But if you could do something with tobacco.
So vapor,
Some tobacco.
so vapor
People smoking inside. Try it.
it's not allowed by city. Massachusetts licensing, there's no permit for use. Sounds like that approved years ago, the grandfather didn't. Nowadays, you can't get into those.
It won't be done in the shop. Well, do things 25 feet close, per the law, and under Mr. Rockman's lease.
Unless you also have a business, if you want to take out the glass floor and you just kept it as a tobacco, you took the glass out of the equation, is that a viable profitable business? It's not. So if you really need the glass,
If anyone is ever getting to a smoke shop is tobacco. And so if you don't categorize, if you don't categorize the smoke shop, there's three main business portions of the smoke shop. Vapor products, you know, the vapor juice and the mechanics, glass products, and glass products, which is cigars.
maybe I'll do something. So John asked you a moment ago whether you wanted to take the glass and the bonds out of the equation and say something that you said.
That's the night.
Which is fine, I just trying to get clarity on, where you stand. It sounds like it's all about need the bonds on the glass.
Yeah, because that's the concept. The rule is, you can be engaging for a shop in Massachusetts or Boston as a whole if you have flavored, if you don't sell anything that's flavored tobacco related. If you sell anything that's flavored tobacco related, then you have the capability of selling glass, things of that nature, but then you gotta become a liquor shop. So that's the law, is an entrance, 21 plus entry required, which would stamp it at the door saying you must be 21 years old to enter. And that allows us to be an adult use shop. At that point, you can sell glass products, glass bottles, have a glass product studio, sell vapor products, all flavored tobacco products, and things of that nature, cigars and things of that nature. It is now 21 plus to smoke in Massachusetts, so that is the biggest thing, being in the adult use.
Thanks, John. I needed that verification. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, the tobacco regulations, the city laws promulgated, which are pretty strict, actually contemplated and understand that business model is necessary for the success of this kind of business, which is a flavored tobacco shop.
And okay, all due respect, the reason why this shop is high-end It's because you rather have a shop that is designed well, that fits the concept and actually makes a clean environment. Because the whole goal of, I'm pretty sure most of you, maybe some of you have walked into a smoke shop. Some smoke shops are very dirty, some smoke shops are very unorganized, some smoke shops don't have a clear message. We have a full clear message, we have a clean environment, we're making sure we think about compliances, and that's the goal. The biggest hurdle in this project, or any of the projects that move forward for our business, is to make sure that we think the concept actually is moving within the organization. And that's the goal.
I don't think anyone's arguing with the design. I think it's downtown crossing, Brookline, Connet, Mark.
Yeah, you mentioned that there's 3 or 4 smoke shops around the area. Can you name those? So there's Terry said that there are 4 or 5 smoke shops around the vicinity. I don't know any.
Tomar's, you got Stanza.
Yeah. What was the first one?
Martinis.
Well, no, we sell cigarettes. I have one as well, but I'm not considered a smoke shop, although I sell primarily a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah.
But I'm not considered a smoke shop. More a Sal, who has a liquor store. There are no smoke shops in the North End. That's we sell flavors. Have any? We're highly regulated. There's no. This is a head shop.
Did you want to respond to that at all, or yes? Sure.
So you mentioned earlier that there are studies showing that vaping is also. Is it a marketing or a study?
Whatever it is, usually anything that's regulated. So a lot of people want
Do you have studies that show it's healthy or is it just not responsible?
not as hard.
So it's not healthy.
It's nothing, it's not.
But those inconclusive, now, aren't those studies inconclusive though? It's because there's a limited sample. But it doesn't, that's beyond the scope, but it doesn't.
Yeah, you had said that it kind of fits the demographics. I mean, so how did you do your research saying that it fits the demographics?
In the age and income demographic fits.
And what's that, just curiosity?
What is that?
Yeah.
It is the empirical data.
No. What
Shops
age,
like this.
what age group are you talking about? What
She
age
wants
group?
25 to 50.
25 to 50.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it. Nobody's interested in what I do.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
People don't care about me anymore.
I'm opposed to it.
Why?
I'm just think it doesn't belong here. This is going to be another Starbucks. I'm sorry. I'm opposed to it. I'm just opposed to it. That's how I feel. If I have to vote, I'm telling you right now, I'll vote. I cannot see this in the North End. Okay?
In what aspect? Is it the product itself or the appearance?
Kids get ideas, you have glass, whatever you want to call it, they could put anything in it. I'm sorry. We're worried about the kids in the North End. Tobacco, we already know is bad for us. Okay? We don't need any more tobacco in the North End. We really don't. We have 3 smoke shops. We got the Central over here, we got Hanover Street, we got 7-Eleven. What's going to happen to these people here? And what's going to happen to them? They're going to have all this whatever it is. What happens to this people?
They don't.
Who needs it? Who needs it? No one knows Wood Street. Go anywhere you want. First, you have to tell me. The council wants to vote, that's up to them. I vote. I can't see it, you know.
We will, I think Darlene had her hand up, a few more, I think.
Hi, Darlene Milano. I'm actually in the butter, and I'm very much against it. Here's one question I have to ask. You said that the fire department hasn't approved for you to make the glass blown objects. So if they don't approve it, does that mean you're closing up shop and you're not there because you said you can't make any money unless you have that? And so, but you said that unless you have the glass blown products there, you cannot survive. So, right.
That's two distinct items.
Right, but he wants to make them in his shop. We're saying he will not make them in our shop, he said he won't survive. So,
Unless I'm wrong, I think the distinction is they want to do both. So absent that,
they're just
they
gonna
can
bring
still
them in.
sell the glass, yes,
okay.
if that's correct.
I don't see any. I don't, as last I read, vape was kind of climbing up there with cigarettes. It still has nicotine in it. There's more younger kids doing vapes all over the schools that they're trying to do away with it. They're banning it in a lot of stores and a lot of restaurants and anywhere you go. And, you know, what are they going to do? Walk out the door and then they have to be 25 feet away. Like, how many people are really going to walk 25 feet away before they... I'm tired of it. I'm tired of smelling smoke from the street. I'm tired. 2 years ago, I asked you, please don't let Fruto have a second floor. Their windows are open. The music is blaring. There's people out there smoking cigarettes. Now you want to have something. Does it fit 21 and over in the North End? I don't understand how that fits in the North End. Locked doors. We might as well start locking all our doors, all our restaurants, everything. You have to buzz to get in. We're supposed to be a family neighborhood. We're going to be selling vapes and cigarette products and glass-blown bombs or whatever you want to call them, special dishes that people from all over the world want to come and buy. No, it doesn't make any sense. You think I want my grandchildren waiting for someone to run in and buy them vapes so they can smoke them in the street? I don't. I don't want it in the neighborhood. I live right across the street. I'm tired of all of this. He's not a chain, but he owns 25 stores. What I don't understand, like, that's not a neighborhood type of business to me. It's not an Italian neighborhood type of business. We didn't want Starbucks for that reason, and now we're going to have a vape store. Seriously, I don't get it. When does it stop? When does it end? When do the residents get the final vote on what goes in and not done? City Hall needs to step up and start supporting the residents of the North End. Enough is enough.
Did you have a comment? Yes.
Yes, so my name's Dave Riccio Jr. My family owns Stanza, the cigar bar. So in order for us to stay in business, and every year we have to apply for a smoking bar permit, which it's like pulling teeth to get that. Our sales need to be 60% tobacco, 40% liquor in order to stay in business as well. Our taxes are higher than other restaurants, so I just don't understand how how it's a viable operation for you to operate on Salem Street. I just don't understand. We barely can survive as a cigar bar. We're one of the only ones in the city. So I just don't understand how you're going to make money. Seriously, I don't understand it.
Every business is a business. So,
Okay. No, of course, yeah.
Yes.
Can I just correct the record? The list did say that his family owns 25 stores. That is his cousins. He himself and his brother own two. One.
Is it under one LLC?
No. No, that was on my recommendation to do it separately.
Yeah, for that very reason.
no, it'll be
It's noted, so, yes.
I don't have a very long voice, so I'm also across the street. What are the hours you anticipate, and what are you going to do about all the 21-year-old college students? They're juniors in college, they could be 20 years old, whenever you're open. And what if I'm 26 feet away, and I don't want anybody to make them join from their way? What are you going to do about that? Have you thought about it? 25 feet's not far. But you have to. I mean, you're telling me that our building is across the way, and you're saying it's not going to bother
And
us.
people right now do smoke cigarettes on the street. Every single restaurant has employees that smoke outside of the restaurant.
You're not in the real way, is what I'm saying. We are across the street. We could be 26 feet, and there's nothing that you're going to do about it. What do we do about the college students? That's been a problem, and 21 does not mean you're an accountant downtown. You know, you can be in Suffolk, you can be anywhere. And it's been a problem. How late you know? 10 p.m. is late in a family neighborhood. There are a lot of kids in the neighborhood, young kids. And the design is just beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
So I live at 20 Unity Court. I raised my daughter here in the neighborhood. We're a homeowner. This is not a business for the North End. North End is a residential community. One of the pride and joys of our community is Elliott School, which is expanded. We don't want these kids exposed to this type of business. This is not for our neighborhood.
Thank you. Do you have any other comments from the audience?
If business is good or business is bad, and the state opens up more recreational pot of marijuana shops, do you intend, or would you, are you doing it? Will you consider applying?
So we will never sell marijuana. In my family, it is against our religion. It's against the lease and against our religion. That would never happen. The landlord would never do this. It's actually part of the lease. One of the main reasons why the lease actually went through is because that was determined from day one. We would never sell marijuana.
And I respect, what's the difference between selling a bowl and selling marijuana from the, you mentioned the religion, I understand there's a lease thing, but what's the difference if you have the mechanism?
It's not marijuana. So as long as it's not marijuana, it's not against our religion. It's tobacco products. And for years it has been determined that any glass pipe is actually considered a tobacco-related product. So it's never, even by law, if you look it up in tobacco compound, it's actually a product.
And also the state, the city's tobacco regulation acknowledges the need for, if you're going to have this kind of store, you need to have this range of product, otherwise it won't work. I'm sure the city would love to just say, okay, we have tobacco, flavored tobacco, but not the hard unfortunately.
All right, here, unless there's any other questions? Yes.
I actually just have a comment. I know you, I went to your shop all the time. Tell me your name again. There isn't any other tenant who's interested in your space? I mean, you've been a resident here for a while.
I have many inquiries. Most of them were all restaurant related. I chose not to put another restaurant in the neighborhood, just because I know we don't need that. And I felt that this was different. It's generational. When my realtor came to me initially, I said no, I wasn't interested. And he said, you should look at what he's already done to get an idea for what my image was. I went to Newberry Street. I was there for an hour and a half and got educated, just like Marie, have no idea what is going on in the world of, I don't smoke, so I have no idea about anything else related to it. And I was amazed to be educated of what is going on with my kids' generation, and younger and older or whatever. I'm totally oblivious to it. I learned a lot about it. And I felt that it was a controversial product, but with the way the world is changing and the neighborhood is changing and the population is changing, I felt that it was a reasonable thing considering the parameters that I put into the lease, with not wanting anything to do with marijuana whatsoever, no smoking around it or in it. And I also, the 25-foot was part of the lease that was encouraged from the attorney, which is also a regulation, I guess, related to that. So I thought, going forward, that it was a reasonable adventure. That's why I decided to.
I mean, not for nothing, I work downtown, 25 feet. If there's a day that goes by that I don't kick off somebody from smoking up front of the building, then.
And we're also a part of that generation. We're very educated on it. We understand as North End residents that it doesn't belong here, it doesn't fit here. We know a lot about tobacco products, whatever it might be, but we don't see it as a fit. And I think for someone who's been in the neighborhood for so long, I visited your store, instead of going to Amazon, I go to you. It's just a little bit of a loyalty thing where you know we're gonna be against this. Why is it being brought up?
I really feel the neighborhood has, I've watched the neighborhood change. One
But
of the.
he is an inch, he is an inch, he is an inch, how, I mean.
All right, I think it's both points you're making. I just want to offer, or ask for like a few other comments that we can go with Stephen and then perhaps Darlene to finish it off unless somebody else said it. All right, maybe a few more, just pretty brief. Go ahead.
I'll be very brief do we still identify like where we live and stuff?
Be good if you
I live in 406 Hanover Street. I'm here as for full disclosure, I work at City Hall for Mayor Walsh, but I'm here as a resident tonight. I'm a parent. I have 2 kids, one's 10, one's 17, he's a junior in high school. And Ken, I've known you my whole life, and I completely respect you, and I don't even disagree that the demographic of the neighborhood is changing. But the way I see, there's just no way in good faith you can say that there's not a potential plan B, you know, because I would actually have more respect for the applicants to just say you're selling pipes. I mean, you're selling bongs. That's fine. That's how you make your living. I'm not gonna, you know, people don't like government, and that's how I make my living. But I respect the fact that, you know, this is you're taking a look at a neighborhood that certainly has changed, and you see an opportunity, and you have mouths to feed. Maybe you might have 2 kids just like I do, but you know, at the same time, it's you know, we're just trying to hold on to what we have left here. You know, there was a lot going on last week with Starbucks, and you know, I wish this room was as filled tonight with as many folks to be in opposition. I mean, I can't sit here in good faith as a parent and as a resident of the neighborhood and say that, hey, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. I would rather have you just go out up here and say, hey man, we're going to be selling some pipes and some bongs, and you know, we know there's a lot of Suffolk students here and a lot of young professionals and people. Listen, recreational marijuana, it's illegal. And to answer your question, Phil, it's going to fall outside the zoning zone, so they wouldn't even be able to apply for a license at the location anyway. But I just think, you know, the real estate market down here is off the wall. There's no way you can't find another tenant. I mean, you know, I actually wish you would open up True Value again.
Yes, I'm Ricardo, the neighborhood accountant, and with all due respect to the man who owns the building, I don't believe there are any elementary schools on Newbury Street. And where most of Newbury Street is commercially zoned, you don't have the community of residents who are really concerned about any type of business that goes there. But this is our neighborhood.
Okay, thank you. Darlene, just real
Just
brief.
one last
Sure.
thing. So Ken and everybody that is sitting there, how many children or grandchildren live in the north end of yours? How many people live in the north end of UP4 sitting there right now? That's what I thought. That's just what I thought.
Well then at this time, I think unless you have any other closing words, I'll ask the council to vote with the absence of Damien, who's had some personal reasons to recuse himself from the vote. So other than Damien, if you can all vote and pass your slips into Lena.
The vote for 87 Salem Street, all the council members that voted, all the